Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Tommy Daniels here. Thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new here, thank you for pressing play. So today I'm going to tell you the story of one time that I missed my flight because of love. But did I really miss it for love? Don't worry, keep watching to find out. Okay, so this happened, I think it was January of 2017. So I was on my way back from Nigeria, or was supposed to be on my way back from Nigeria. I just gone there on a holiday, which was where I met my now husband. And yeah, that was where we connected. So we had a good time, and I was very excited to be coming back to England. And the day I was flying back, so actually that day, I think it was a Monday, and I think it was the first working day, like proper working day in Nigeria. So my sister was just, I'd been staying with my sister whilst I was in Nigeria. So my sister was starting a new job that day, so she had kindly offered to drop me at the airport, and yeah, so everything was fine. Actually, the night before, the last thing I had was probably around like 4 p.m. and it was a shawarma. If you don't know what shawarma is, it's like a wrap. It's pretty much a wrap with like sausages and salad and yeah, all these things. So yeah, I think I had that around say maybe 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. and I had a yogurt, and that was it. So that was the last thing I had. My flight was in the morning, maybe 10 or something. So we went to the airport around say 7. And then when we got there, I checked in, like I was completely fine. I checked in, everything was good. And she and I decided to go and have breakfast in a restaurant just at the airport there. So at some point, like just literally as soon as I checked in, I just started feeling funny. Like I was kind of like having stomach pains. So I was like, okay. I was kind of just thinking, okay, we'll go. So I didn't even tell him. I was just thinking, okay, to go. And it didn't. By the way, this not well. Let me just warn you before. And there's gonna be. I'm trying not to share too much like gory details, but there's gonna be quite a lot of like yucky things I might share. But just it would difficult not to share the story without saying some parts. So I'll try to minimize it so you're not irritated so much. But yeah, it all kind of adds to the story, I guess, or to the beauty of the story, or eventually what became the beauty. So anyway, so we went to the restaurant. When we got there, like we ordered our food, and I was just waiting like for the food to come. And then the like stomach pain like kind of just got more intense, and I was like, okay, I need to go to the toilet. Like I can't wait. Let me go to the toilet before the food arrives. So I went to the toilet. Bear in mind, this probably was, I can't remember what time was. This one had been like 8 or something, or maybe like 8 or 9 in the morning. And when I went to the toilet, guys, can you believe that when I went to the toilet, I literally did not come out of that toilet until maybe at least 3 hours. I couldn't believe it. Now, okay. I got like the worst stomach pain ever, like the cramps. Like I'd never had anything like that, and I was throwing up at the same time. Obviously, like it was like food, well, seemed like food poison. Bear in mind, I said like the last thing I ate was like 3 o'clock or so the previous day, or 3 or 4 p.m. the previous day, and I didn't add breakfast. So luckily, I think it was like just great that I had literally we were just waiting for the food to arrive, and I had not put anything in my mouth. By not having breakfast, I mean literally like since 4 p.m. the previous day, I literally didn't put anything in my mouth. Because I think generally on that trip I didn't really have a great appetite, so I wasn't eating much. I wasn't eating much, so that's probably why like it was easy for me to like go that long without eating. So like yeah, when I went into the toilet, so I think he was waiting. So in the meantime, like I also left my phone with him and just went to the toilet because I was like, okay, I'll be back like shortly. And then he took my phone, and obviously, you know, like with the iPhone, like you can even if you don't have like passcode, you can just like get the camera without having to log in. So he took my phone and he was recording some videos saying, oh, by the time you see this, I'll be at this time we hadn't started dating. Obviously he told me what his intentions were. I was like, okay, I'll go back and pray about it and come back to you, even though like all of my heart like wanted to say yes, but I just obviously needed to take time off and get back to my natural habitat. And then get back to my natural habitat and actually really be able to think about it and pray about it before like, you know, making a decision. So like he recorded some videos, you know, saying by the time you see this, you've been in England, and just saying, you know, just saying like really, really nice things. It was very thoughtful. And then it was waiting for me, like waited for like, I think by the time it was like an hour or so. And I was like, okay, like it's too long, like where am I? So you had to ask like the restaurant The guys in the restaurant where the like closest like toilet was, they got like told him where it was. Obviously he couldn't come in because I was at ladies, so I think he had to ask. He found a lady to come to me or to trying to look for me. She found me and then like told me, so I think she passed the phone to me also. But I couldn't speak. Like guys, it was terrible. Like that's the worst, like the absolute worst cramp I've ever had. I think my stomach's quite sensitive because quite a few times actually I've had like food poisoning that's been quite intense. So like sometimes like some things really just don't agree with my stomach, and I know that, which also I try to minimize you know what I eat like outside of places I don't know. And I don't know if I try, but like sometimes I do try. And yeah, so I was in this toilet. I didn't even care. Luckily, it was kind of clean. It was clean. Luckily, that toilet was clean. But I literally like I was on the floor. I knelt down. I had my hands on the toilet. This is too much information. But anyway, I had my hands like on the toilet bowl because I was throwing up at the same time. Like I needed to, I needed to use toilet at the same time. And I literally could not speak. And imagine doing that like for like 3 hours. I had not eaten the whole time. So I don't even know what I was throwing up. So I didn't have any energy. By the time he finally got to me, I think he had been phoned like his mom. Oh yeah, so when we were going to the airport that day, I think he saw like his like a family friend. So he went to get the family. She works in the airport, so he went to get a family friend. I think maybe to look after my landlord. I don't know. Like he got her for something. I don't know. And then his mom is a nurse as well. So I think he spoke to. I think they said like to get some drugs or some. I don't know what it was. Maybe pain relief or something to help, but I didn't even take it because I didn't have the energy, I didn't have the strength. And in as much as like I was in all of that pain, for some reason I just knew that I was going to be fine. Like I knew that what was in my head was like, this pain or whatever is not unto death, I'll be fine. That's actually what I was thinking about. Like I knew, like just in my spirit, I just knew that I would be fine, but I couldn't communicate that to anyone because I just, and I couldn't come out of the toilet because I just kind of felt like I need to use the toilet, like I'll need to use the toilet again. And I thought if I go, like I don't want to like mess up myself. So I just thought I had to stay there, and then eventually he had to go to the airport security, the L center or sorry, the airport, and I think they said maybe they couldn't come. Like I had to try to come. Eventually I think he had to go back to tell them like, you know what, maybe I'd collapsed or something, just for them to like move. So they had to like get a wheelchair and then come pick me. All of this time, like the flight was delayed, so it was still kind of like, okay, maybe I'll make it. And he told my sister, and bear in mind, I said my sister was our first day at the job, so it was kind of difficult for her to leave. So she was just trying to like monitor like what's going on. And then in that old time, like she had to speak to literally like all of my sisters here. I have 4 sisters, so one was in Nigeria at the time, and so the other 3 and their family, like, and everyone else was here. And I think my parents were also here visiting at the time. So in that time, like she had literally like spoken to all my sisters because obviously everyone was just worried like what's going on. Like my mom was super worried. Everyone was asking questions. My mom, like my parents tried to contact like some of those that they know like close to where the airport was in Lagos, to maybe try to get to me, which they eventually did. And yeah, actually they eventually did help out quite a lot. So when we finally, they said, I just have to come out of the toilet because I can't, they can't keep me in the toilet, and because they can't help me there basically. So they got in the wheelchair. But guys, very mind, like I literally imagine being there for like 3 hours. You've messed up the whole place. Like you've been throwing up, you've been using the toilet, like everything like is completely messed up. And I removed my shoes. I said I was like on the floor. Like you literally, like if you bend down, you see my hand on the floor. I think by the time they saw that, my hand was on the floor, and I think he saw maybe from outside or something, he could see that, so he knew that it was quite serious. And I think one time, like he passed the phone to me, like because one of my sisters wanted to speak to me. And literally all I said was, hello. And then she was speaking and saying, are you okay? I literally could not reply. I just like dropped the phone and gave it to her. So even that got them a lot more worried. Later on, I was reading in the messages on like our group chat, and they were just like, guys, like, this is serious. She's not talking. All of that. And they obviously don't really know this guy as well that is with me at the airport. Like, who's to say that he didn't do something to me, you know? I mean, they trusted him. Like, we knew people that he knew, like he and my sister and all, on top of that, they were in the same like youth group and stuff. But at the same time, you still don't really know the person fully. So anyway, I came out of the toilet and they took me to L Center. I think he gave me like a drip or something. Then I got fine, and all of this time, like I was saying, like the flight was delayed for like maybe 2-3 hours. So at some point, initially they were still trying to say, okay, maybe I'll like be able to make it. At some point, just like, you know, like just go and get her things because she can't fly. Like I won't. I knew like I couldn't fly like that, so I had to go and like, because I checked in my luggage, he had to actually go and get it back for me. He got it back. I think we were asking like questions at else, and they're like, "Oh, are they sure I'm not? Are they sure I'm not carrying drugs or whatever?" I was like, "Nope." Obviously, he also doesn't even know me that well. Who's to say that she's not like carrying drugs or doing something? But yeah, we came out, like they gave me drip or something. I think I slept for like an hour or two, and then it was time to go because they were also closing. So I think at this time it was like 3 or 4, like in the afternoon. So they were closing at Elton. I think they closed at 3 or 4. And then just when I woke up and he went to get the car so that we could go. He had checked out my luggage. Guess what? I threw up again, and then it started again. Like the cramps came back, and I was like I went back to the toilet. This time around, they didn't let me stay there too long. They're like, you know what? There's nothing they can do for me. I really need to go to the hospital. So I had to come out of the toilet. They literally forced me out of the toilet like the second time around. He got the car. I literally just laid down. My sister told him like hospital to take me to. He took me. So wait, sorry, I think I skipped the part. I was saying earlier on how, you know, like imagine how messed up the toilet was, and when they got me out initially from on the wheelchair, and then it had to go in. Like she had to go in to like get my shoes, and I think I think they gave me a drink as well. Like he had passed the drink and drugs through the whatever, so which I just dropped there. So you had to go in, see that mess, that disgusting mess. Like Karen, she just keep that picture in your mind and just keep that information in your mind. And then went out, got to took me to the hospital, and I just laid down. By the time I got to the hospital, I was kind of fine, but I was like completely weak. I had nothing. I think it was just the drip that was pretty much the energy I had in my that was all I had taken really. And I think I think they gave me a drip as well. By the time I really was fine, I wasn't having the cramps anymore, I wasn't throwing up anymore. But it just kind of kept me there overnight as well. And then I think I just slept as soon as we got there, and I woke up maybe like in the night or so. Then by then I saw that my sister was there, and I think her husband as well, and Shay. So Shay had been there the whole time. Obviously I look completely messy. And then he wanted to sleep over. I'm just gonna shorten it. I think it's getting too long. So he wanted to sleep over. My sister was like, nope, you've done too much already. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, but no, you have to go. So my sister slept over, and our house wasn't too far from the hospital. So our husband and she told like Shay to just stay with her husband, stay in their house for the night so that he doesn't have to drive back to his own place, which was a little further away. And then I stayed there, and then the next morning, because my sister was going to work the next morning as well. I think like 6 a.m. or so, like it was like Shay was back. So once my sister left, it was there. Actually, before she left, he came. So I was banking speaker. They both went to work, but before they left, he had to come in the morning, and then he did the sweetest thing. Like he sent me this really long message. I remember sending it to so many people. I was like, oh my god, like, so what he said. He was like saying something like, oh, you know, watching me sleep, like, oh, I look so beautiful, and something about like, you know, I can't really remember, but like something about like, you know, just I think the thing that really stood out to me was about like, you know, being so beautiful. Now I told you to remember the information about like that mess. So for me in my head, I was like, if you could see me like that, like in my like in that mess, like honestly, I don't think I've ever looked that bad. Like since then, I hope I never look that bad. Like if you could see all of that mess and all of that disgusting stuff, and you'd come the very next day or the very next morning and say like, I look so beautiful, and I'm like, you're definitely a keeper. So for me, obviously, I just laughed. It really like just that's meant a lot, because I just felt like, you know, this is someone that would really be with me through thick and thin. And the reason actually why he was able to like spend all of that time with me was because he had I think that just in December he had quit his 9 to 5 and he was now doing his own business. I think he had cancelled, like he had to cancel because he had like some business meetings and stuff. So he had to like cancel all of that, like just to be with me and like spend time with him, which I really did appreciate, and I definitely really did appreciate it. And I think I remember one time he was like holding me while I was out, like the next morning, holding my hand. It was just really sweet. What did I want to say? I was say something else. I can't remember. But yeah, oh yeah, also the fact that yeah, like he had to speak to like all of my, because I wasn't speaking initially, so he had to speak to like most of my staff were calling him at the same time. So it was kind of like a fast track to getting to know the family, not in the best of circumstances, but at least like it was getting to speak to them immediately, which is good. Now I did not miss, obviously. Nobody planned this. It didn't drug me. It was fine. It just happened. I definitely think that this whole situation was just, you know when the Bible says like, what the enemy meant for evil, God turned it around for good. Literally, like what the enemy meant for evil, God turned it around. Because obviously we know that, I want to believe that that God doesn't bring sickness, He doesn't bring pain, He doesn't afflict us, but He's able to make all things work together for our good. He says it makes all things work together for good to them that love God and those that are called according to His purpose. So I definitely believe this was one of the situations where the enemy was planning something else and God just literally turned it around and made it work for our good, in terms of like how everything just got fast tracking, meeting my family, me being able to see Him, like being able to take care of me, take care of me when I'm really messy, spoke volumes to me, because I just felt like, this is definitely a keeper, someone that would not run away at the side of challenges or when things aren't looking so pretty, because things don't always look pretty. Yeah, so that was the third story of how I missed my flight for love. So I mean, really, I didn't miss it for love, but later on, like some people were saying that, are you sure like you guys didn't plan it? And I remember him sending me the message. So I got a flight. I eventually got a flight like 2 days after or so. So I think the flight was on Monday, so then I got a flight on Wednesday, and then some people were like, are you sure you guys didn't plan it? And he as well was like, okay, are you really ready to go this time? We're just joking that maybe I didn't want to go, so I didn't want to leave him, so I planned that, but no, we didn't plan it. It just happened, and yeah, God worked it together for good. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will come back with you with more story times in future some point. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my videos. Please share this video, make someone laugh, and there are obviously lessons to learn as well. And just for you to know that no matter what challenges and no matter what things are the enemy throws at you, God's got your back, and it will make all things work together for your good. Just stay in God, and He's got you. He's got your back. All right, then please subscribe if you haven't, and let me know if you like this video by giving it a thumbs up and also leaving a comment. All right then, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.